Hello, this is Michael Emery with Emery EPS Internet Marketing, and we're doing website reviews and analysis for the keyword search results, Seattle Attorney. And so what we're doing here is we're putting in Seattle Attorney into Google and then scrolling. Now, I've already completed the first 10 results, and this is page 2, starting with result number 11. So essentially the top 3 positions on the first page of Google are the money positions. That's where the lion's share, the majority of website visitors are going to hit those websites first. And they're going to have the pick of the litter, essentially, in terms of client selection. So when we start to get into page 2, 3, 5, 10 of Google, these are people that are looking for something very specific and they haven't found it. But we're also dealing with less than 1%. So keep this in mind. Position 10, the very bottom of page 1 in Google, receives 1% of the total traffic for a keyword search. So imagine this. Let's say that the keyword phrase Seattle Attorney, I can look it up right now, but I'm just going to throw this out there. Let's say that it gets 1,000 searches per month. The last result of page 1 in Google is going to possibly get how many? 10 of those searches. And then you got to factor in what's the conversion rate. So let's look here at position number 11. We've got ATW Legal, Seattle Trust, so law offices of T. Wilson. So we've got plenty of written content here. Let's take a look and see what the computer is saying. Not what human beings are necessarily looking for, but what is a computer saying? So we got a title here, Seattle Trust and Estate Planning Attorney, Bellevue Tax Planning Attorney. Good, those are good. Seattle, Washington, that's good. Meta description is good. Meta keywords, I would actually take these out. Those can actually do more harm than good. Seattle Trust and Estate Planning Lawyer. So a quick summary of what's happening with the headings. Headings are H1, H2, H3, 4, 5, 6. But Google only pays attention to H1, H2, and H3. Think of it like a university level thesis. You've got your title, your subtitle, then your subtitles. And so essentially what I would look at doing here is using a combination of brand and keyword phrases. So you have Seattle Trust and Estate Planning Lawyer, which is it's good. It's good. But we've got some issues right here. This H2, when challenging matters call for exceptional counsel, there's probably going to be very few people searching for that keyword phrase or those terms in here. Solution-oriented estate and trust litigation. You might get people that search for trust litigation, but I don't think they're going to be searching for solution-oriented estate. Efficient estate and probate administration. You might get probate administration. And you might get estate planning. So what I would look at doing here, some suggestions would be to change the keyword phrases in the H2 titles to make them more search-oriented. What are the phrases that your target market would be searching for? And then I'd also look at building in some H3s, which would be an elaboration of that. So an example could be, Seattle Trust Litigation. And then an H3 could be work with the most trusted trust litigator, some sort of play off of that that previous title. So, these are things where coming up with it off the top of my head, it's probably not going to be that good, but I know that working together, working with somebody in your team, we can come up with some good solid phrases that will help drive more organic traffic. Another issue is we've got some blank alts. Robots don't have eyes, so if there's an image on your website page, we have to tell the computer, we have to tell the robot, what is that image? We need to connect Google Analytics, and we need to add a favorite icon. So those are some of the on-site factors that have to deal with structure. Now let's take a look at the actual performance. Performance actually looks great. The website's fast, 1.3 seconds, it's small, and it's got very few requests. I would Okay, we could do a quick combination of CSS sprites and add expires headers. Look at reducing some of the HTTP requests, but overall it's really good. And now we're going to see what Google says, page speed insights. So we've got a little bit of an issue here. This is a very standard problem. Sometimes it can be complicated to fix based upon the content management system that's being used. Sometimes it's really easy. But we would need to fix the render blocking error and then do some compression, essentially make the images smaller, more optimized, and then minify JavaScript. The desktop version of the website, it's got a passing score. So these are factors that actually trigger the Google algorithm, and they play into why your website's on page 2, position 11, instead of page 1, position 1, 2, or 3. Now we're going to look at the offsite factors. We're going to see what's happening here. Okay, so I'm seeing this is another reason why. You're on page 2, position number 11, instead of position 1, 2, or 3 on page 1. We have trust flow issues. We need to have this be double, if not triple, that figure. So we've got 326 backlinks, but only 20 referring domains. So, you know, there's probably 6. Let's see here. Maybe around 60 of those. Yeah, I would. What we need to do is we need to enhance the. I'm going to show you really quickly here something different. This is essentially a perfect backlink profile. This is google.com. Trust flow 97, citation flow 96. This is their splatter chart of the quality and the quantity of their links. And so, and also here's their keyword ratio pie chart. Very tiny percentages here. So let's take a look at yours and see what's going on. So we've got trust flow of 12 out of 100, citation flow of 25 out of 100. We've got a fair number of backlinks, but not too many referring domains. And then let's look at the keyword ratio. So we have other anchor text, it's good. A mixture of brand, that's a branding keyword. Another URL, brand, URL, law firm website. That's kind of a generic one. I mean, people aren't going to be specifically Googling a law firm website in hopes of finding something specific. Generic brand, URL, another brand, and here we go, keyword phrase, Seattle probate dispute lawyer. So what we look at, there's plenty of room here for improvement in terms of enhancing your website visibility for keyword phrases like Seattle probate lawyer, Seattle attorney, Seattle lawyer. There's a lot of different options here and opportunities that we could look at and investigate so that we can expose your site to a higher number of qualified prospective clients. And so essentially here's the breakdown of what we do. We would resolve your current on-site problems. There were just a handful there that I had pointed out. And then we'd resolve the off-site problems. That's really what's preventing your website from being on page 1 in the top 3 positions for a keyword phrase like Seattle attorney. And that's something that we could do. It does take a little bit of time, but it can be done. And it's actually a very good investment because what we can see here is we have approximately 60% of website traffic is generated through organic search. So being in those top 3 positions for a targeted keyword phrase that's relevant to the services that you offer is a much better investment than, say, being able to get 6% of the traffic through pay-per-click ads like AdWords or Facebook. So I would love to have the opportunity to speak with you in greater detail and do a consulting call with you guys and see what we can set up. I see some potential here for ranking your website in the top 3 positions for keyword phrases like Seattle attorney, and it's something that I know absolutely that our team can do. So we'll be in touch, and I look forward to working with you.